Hey guys, what is going on? Chris and Anthony, we are here. Finally got Anthony to do a podcast with us here today. So Anthony is going to join us. We got a big slate here for Wednesday. We got 11 games, a lot of games to talk about. Hopefully you guys did good last night. As you all know, Kevin Durant did go down, so that's going to hurt the Warriors just a little bit, obviously. So, but they got a good enough team to regroup. So if you had Kevin Durant in your lineup last night, you probably didn't do too well. So. Anyway, that was last night. Like I said, going to look ahead to today's big slate. Some pretty good matchups out there as well. So, without further ado, let's get into this big 11 game slate here for Wednesday. All right, our first game we have is New York and Orlando, a 213 total in Orlando by one. So, who you liking here?
Well, I think you got to work off the news here. Hernan Gomez is going to be out. So, do you want to play Kyle O'Quinn?
Yeah, I mean, I think in a cash game you have to. He's going to be, like 50, 60% owned, just way too popular. So I think in cash you're going to have to put him in there. I don't mind him in GPP either because either way you go, he's going to be popular. Plus, he's just so cheap that, it helps you get in some of these big guys here tonight. So,
Yeah, definitely.
and
I don't think so. I think he's a good GPP option because everyone's going to be looking at O'Quinn. But Vukovic, another guy who can do, point per minute or more. So if he's going to get good run here, then yeah, definitely don't mind him here.
Yep. What about? I mean, this is the big thing here. Elfrid Payton. Every time I pick him, he sucks. $5,800 here. Had a really good game against Atlanta. So far against the Knicks this year, he's had 23 points, and then last time he faced him, he had 41.6. So he's been averaging 32 points a game versus the Knicks. Do you like him here, or is he going to dud, or what do we got?
Well, he's definitely a risk here. Obviously,
Boom or bust for sure.
yeah, I don't really want to put him in a cash lineup. I don't expect him to be that reliable, but he definitely has the upside, as we know. That's pretty much the definition of Elf Payton every night. Against Rose defense, it doesn't really scare me. I think it's a good play. On the other side there, what do you think about this guy? He's kind of been on the rise lately. Courtney Lee with Jennings out.
Yeah, I don't mind him. Obviously, he has a tough matchup with Mr. Evan Fournier.
Mm-hmm.
But Lee, he's been pretty hot, so I don't mind him. He's almost 5,000 though, and not the fastest paced game. And so many games out there. I think there's other places you can go, but still, I don't mind Lee. What do you like him?
I think he's going to be well owned. I think he's going to be chalk. I don't know if I really want to go there. That might be one of the chalk moves that you have to kind of consider. Just like O'Quinn is going to be pretty chalky tonight.
I don't mind Fournier though.
Yeah, I don't mind Fournier night to night. Always one of my favorite shooting guards, and even with Lee playing bigger minutes here, shooting guards against New York doesn't really scare me.
No, not at all. Small forward, you got Carmelo. Do you like him with Porzingis back? Does that hurt him a little bit? Does that make him better? What do you think?
Mm, I think the popular opinion is that when Porzingis is back, that hurts Anthony, but I think it actually does help him a little bit. Kind of spaces the floor out a little bit more. They do have to cover Kristaps when he's off the floor. Easily the double team's going right to Anthony.
Yeah, for sure. And just a little bit, he's been averaging not 34 points a game against Orlando. So I don't mind it, but I don't think you really need him here. On the flip side, though, Terrence Ross, he's been unreal ever since coming over from Toronto. He's going to be very, very, very popular tonight. I think you got to put him in there. He's just going to be so cashy, but he's pretty consistent. I can easily see 25 to 30 here. Not scared of Carmelo defense at all. I could even see 35 from Terrence Ross, so I really don't mind Terrence Ross at all here.
Yeah, if Fanduel's not going to react to the news,
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty out there. I mean, it was a bad trade, supposedly, but 35 minutes, 33 minutes for $4,400.
Put him in there.
In a cash game mentality, you're going to lose if you don't put this guy in there probably.
Yep.
I mean, you just have to put him in there. Point per dollar, must play.
Yeah, like I said, he'll be very popular, so you're not going to be getting too much of an edge there. We talked a little bit pre-podcast. If Gordon is out, do you want to touch Jeff Green since he'll probably be going in the starting lineup against Kristaps Porzingis?
I don't
Probably
not my favorite guy to throw in there.
If Porzingis was out, maybe against Lance Thomas, but I hate Green. He's terrible. But
Mm-hmm.
watch. We won't play him tonight, and he'll go off for about 25. But
Right. Yeah, you just mentioned the other guy, Thomas. He's been getting a little bit of run in cash games lately, but obviously with Kristaps back, just don't do it.
Do you like Porzingis, or you're not going to touch him?
6,400 is really tempting on a night like this.
I don't think he'll be well owned because coming back from injury.
And you need to get salary everywhere you can. And if I find out he's going to get good run like 30 plus minutes here, I'm interested, honestly.
Yeah, obviously, I think he's obviously a GPP play. Can't really trust this guy. Every time I pick him, he always stinks.
Mm-hmm.
And he's having that. As we know, he's had that injury, and that's been hurting him a little bit. Last time he did face Orlando, only had 21. So, yeah, definitely a GPP for me. I don't think I can touch him, but
the thing you have to remember though, that was Ibaka was in,
yep.
So.
Yeah, but whenever I don't touch Porzingis, he always goes off. So
right.
So yeah, I don't mind him definitely in a GPP. So, do you like D Rose? Forgot about him.
I don't like to really play him too much.
Yeah, with Porzingis back, it might hurt him a little bit. So maybe some Peyton there in a GPP. Like I said, history not too bad. Evan Fournier, not a bad option at all. Terrence Ross, got to put him in there. Not maybe some Porzingis, and don't mind Vukovic, and then Kyle Quinn will be a very cashy option. So I think that this is going to be a very, very well owned game overall. A lot of people are going to have a lot of people from this game, so it's going to be a very chalky game to pick players from. All right, moving on. We got Philadelphia and Miami. I think this should be a pretty good game. 212 total in Miami by 9. I don't think it should be by 9. Philly's been playing some pretty good ball. So, who you like in here?
Close competitive game. He just went off the other night, so I'm kind of upset about that because people are going to be on him. But Hassan Whiteside's got a really good matchup here tonight.
Yeah, really good matchup. Okafor, obviously not really known for his defense. Whiteside should just straight up annihilate him. Price 8,800. I think that's in a relatively good spot. 43 and 43 in back-to-back nights here. Huge rebounds, pretty good points. So yeah, I don't mind him. I think I could easily see 50 from him tonight. So I think Whiteside's a pretty good option. Is he your number one center or?
He might be up on the top end, most likely.
Yeah. So yeah, definitely don't mind Whiteside. Do you like Okafor on the flip side?
No, I don't really ever get excited to play this guy. I know he is a hit or miss and usually misses with me, so I tend to not play him.
Right. Dario Saric, is going to be very popular. Almost $8,000 against James Johnson. Do you like him here or?
Seems like he's worth it, doesn't he? In a cash game. I don't know if you want to play him too much in a GPP.
Well, he had a really hard matchup against Draymond Green the other night, one of the best defenders, and he went off 39 points. So I think, Sarge, you just got to keep putting him in there. I mean, if he's going to get you 35, 40 points, got to put him in there. That's how I see it.
I don't know if you remember this, but, I remember I have to eat my words because preseason I was like, this Dario Saric guy, everyone's talking about him. Who's this guy? Some jokester. Nope. Oh, man. I mean, this guy's good. The homie, they call him. You got to play him.
Yep, for sure. What about Rashawn Holmes? He's playing quite a bit of minutes as well. Had a pretty good game against Golden State. Had a bad game against the New York Knicks, but that was because he had like 3 fouls in like 5 minutes. So, but 39 and 30 in his minutes, I like him.
I hope that Philadelphia can realize that this kid's good because, I mean, he's just been getting disrespected all year long. He's been getting assigned to the D League, and they've been going through the drama with Okafor, and then Noel is the one who ended up getting traded. I'm just glad that somebody got moved out so that this kid can get some more run.
Well, yeah, and the same thing with Philly. It's the end of the year, so they're trying to get some of the younger guys in here and get them some experience. So yeah, I really don't mind some Holmes still. 4,500, I like him if he avoids that foul trouble. Robert Covington, another guy that's been stepping up as well. What do you think of him? Do you like him?
Yeah, he's really popular. Tonight might be one of the tougher matchups for him. I think he might be seeing a lot of James Johnson.
Well, I was going to say, sorry, last time they did face Miami, it was on the 11th. He still had 37 points against them.
Yeah, but 73, I don't know. I just feel better about Saric. I know that, Johnson is listed as the power forward and Saric is listed at the power forward, but I just think naturally you're going to see Johnson on Covington.
Yeah. And then you got Deion Waiters. You like him? Henderson.
Yeah, Henderson's been getting the start lately. Gerald Henderson doesn't scare me at all. I can totally see some good play from Waiters here. It's just tough because everyone in this game is like 7,000 or more. I mean, how many of these guys can you really fit in a lineup? And
Well, yeah,
you got to find the one that's got 6x upside.
right. Well, I do think a lot of them do have the good upside. Another thing, like I said, I think this game should be a really good close game, and they're going to need all the help they can get. So I think Sarge obviously going to have a good game. I think Covington is going to have, probably about 34, 35. That's not bad. And then Deion Waiters probably around 35. So, I mean, like I said, a lot of these guys around that price range are probably all going to do about the same. And, the question is, how many of them do you want here? So,
Yeah.
Point guard, do you like Dragic here? McConnell, Tyler Johnson coming off the bench against Sergio Rodriguez?
I know he burned us the other night, but I love TJ, and I'm not really ready to give up on him.
Nope. And like I said, he's his minutes have been up and down, but Sergio Rodriguez is a terrible defender. Johnson should straight up get him easy here. I think at least 26-27 from him tonight. Last time he did face Philly, 29.1. So yeah, I really don't mind some Tyler Johnson at all. So let's see here. Anybody else here? And do you like Henderson? I don't think I can put him here against Deion Waiters.
No, I don't think I can really play Henderson. Don't really like that at all.
All right, so I think that mostly does it there. So we're going to move on here to the next game here. We got Washington and Toronto, a 208 total in Toronto by 4. So as you guys all know, Washington did beat Golden State last night because of that Kevin Durant injury. But, Washington been playing some pretty good ball. Toronto, they're up and down right now with no Lowry. So I think John Wall right away, 10,400. Yes, it is a back-to-back. I don't mind Wall. I don't think he's going to have that huge upside like he did last night. I still think he'll be a half-decent play, but I don't know how much I don't know how much I want to rely on Wall. I mean, are you going to, I don't know, 10,500, 10,400 for Wall. He has a pretty good matchup though against Corey Joseph, but don't know how much energy he put in last night against the Warriors. Maybe some of that affects him here tonight. But
yeah, that's a very valid point. Dude, can you pay 10-2 for DeMar DeRozan?
I don't know, man. He's been so hot. That's the thing. His usage is just unreal right now.
I don't know, dude.
He's going to be very popular though. I think some people are going to fall off him though, because just like you said, 10-2 for DeRozan. I'd be like, oh my goodness, might want to get off him. But man, this guy's been unreal, man. 53, 45, and 49. I mean, if you still think of it 10-2, I mean, that's still relatively cheap. I mean, Giannis is 11-1, and he's only been getting like 39 to 45. So I really don't mind DeRozan. Like I said, yeah, it's weird to see him that expensive. But as I just said, with Giannis, he's almost $1,000 more, and he's averaging less fantasy points in the last 4 or 5 games. So I don't mind DeRozan. I really don't. Like I said, I know it's weird to see him that expensive, but if this guy's gonna get so much usage, he's getting over 20 shots a game since Lowry's been out. I don't know how you can't play him. I mean, I don't know. Like you said, yeah.
If you can make him fit, get him in there.
Yeah, I mean, and he's at home in Toronto, so he likes playing at home as well. So I like DeRozan, I really do. And then Bradley Beal, I don't mind him at 7,400. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Otto Porter, PJ Tucker, like them.
PJ Tucker, what a doozy. I don't know how you can get a guarantee of minutes, but I mean, I don't know. Just 13 points, 4 points, 12 points in the last 4. It's like, I don't think so.
What about Carroll?
No, thank you.
No. Yeah, I'm not too high on those guys. Power forward, Serge Ibaka, he's almost $7,000. What the heck? Price went up $1,000 since last time I saw him.
It's just because of the ownership, really, not from the
I'm not
production. I can't touch him at that.
even at 59, I was still a little iffy on him. But
Yeah.
what about Markieff Morris? Had a pretty good game against Draymond Green. Stepped it up last game. He is going up against Mr. Serge Ibaka, though. But, Green and Ibaka, two pretty good defenders. Do you think he can get 2 games in a row here, or was that just a little luck last night?
I'd rather not test it. You see, up against Favors, you get 17.1. So
Pretty good defender, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, before that Golden State game, he's been up and down. So, I think that game was kind of a hype game, really excited to play Golden State. I think that's how that was. So I think he'll come back to down to earth probably around 24-25 from Markieff Morris. So I'm not too high on him. Gortat, Jonas Valanciunas, do you like any of these guys?
Man. Valanciunas is a really risky guy, but I maybe don't really hate him here, but Gortat,
Good defender, though.
good defender, but I feel like, maybe if my memory serves me right here, I think Valanciunas has been able to get the better of Gortat in the past.
I'll go look that up right now.
Yeah, check it out on Swish.
Plus, no Lowry, so his usage has been going up a little bit. But, recently, though, with no Lowry, 16, 25, and 19. Not playing. He's only playing 18, 22, and 19 minutes. Not good. And he only had 21 against Washington last time. So,
not too good.
No, his minutes are not there right now either. So I don't think I can touch him. He's just, not doing it for me.
I mean, I don't think you can touch anybody out of this game, really. Everyone's overpriced. And
like I said, maybe for me, DeRozan, that's probably the guy I go to. I can't go Corey Joseph because John Wall. And we saw what happened with Curry last night. I think he went 2 for 9, 2 for 10 for 3-point range. Obviously bad against Philly as well. But John Wall, you don't want to mess with him. So, for me, I think DeRozan is probably the only big play I can get out of this one here. So I think that mostly does it for that one. All right, moving on. Dallas and Atlanta, 196 total. In Atlanta by 6. So who you
it's
like?
Pretty rare you see a total under 200 in the NBA anymore.
Yeah, and I'm surprised. Dallas, I've been looking at their games recently, and they've been averaging around a 202, 203 total, even though they're, not that good of a team. But, I guess their defense is half decent here. Well, I guess they play a little bit slower paced there. But
yeah, they're slow paced is what it is,
Yep. So who you like here? Dennis Schroeder. He's been playing a little better. Yogi Ferrell, I'm not too scared of his defense. You want to take a shot with Schroeder here, or not really the game here?
I kind of have a weird feeling about Schroeder night tonight. Tonight wouldn't be the worst, but I mean, in a slow-paced matchup, I don't see how many possessions he's going to get to really pay off the salary here. 30 seems like a decent cash option, but you have to kind of remember on a night like tonight with so many games, the cash lines are going to be ridiculous. I don't know if you really want to accept 5x.
Right. And the other thing is I'm just looking, and Dallas is the number 1 team against point guards. So that's obviously with some D-Well in there and everything, but still, they're obviously best team out there. So maybe if it was a different night, but I'm not too high on Schroeder. I mean, I like him as a player. I saw him and everything, really good player, but not really his game here tonight. One guy I do like, and I think he'll be very popular, is Mr. Seth Curry. What do you think?
Yeah, I think he's very chalky. He's going to be really popular. Yep. He's been hitting 30 points.
Not too afraid of Tim Hardaway's defense here either. So,
yeah, I don't know, man. I wouldn't underrate Tim Hardaway's defense, honestly. But
hey, man, I saw him play in person. McCollum had 47 points against him. So.
I think CJ's a little bit better than Seth, though.
Just a little bit, but hey, Curry's been good, man. He's on a hot streak.
I don't want to dog my man, but yeah, right. I mean, I think I'll let everyone else go there tonight. That's just me.
For me, I'll probably still play him in a GPP. Probably not because, like you said, the ownership going to be so high. But I think cash game, got to play him in there. I don't mind him. Maybe there's other spots that you can play, but definitely don't mind some few shares of Curry. Plus Wesley Matthews is out, so that helps him as well. You got Harrison Barnes, Kit Bazemore. You like any of those guys?
I can never play Kent Bazemore. I don't like him. But Tabo, is that somebody who maybe might interest you?
For me, no, I didn't even think of him. Just coming back from that injury.
Yeah, I don't know. He
Look
got
here.
25 and 21 minutes last night, so or not last night, but a couple nights ago against
Well,
Boston,
yeah,
up
but you got
against
to remember
Crowder,
though, Boston. That's a faster paced game. This is a 196 total. So, um,
for sure. I don't know. He's just really, really, really cheap.
yeah, he is pretty cheap. I don't mind. I mean, he'll be like 0.0% owned probably, but
On a night like tonight, yeah,
watch, he'll be like 30% owned.
yeah. We're saying though earlier, how
Right.
many 20-point, 25-point guys do you want on your lineup?
And that's the other thing about Cephalosha. Yeah, he had one good night, but I mean, does that mean he's going to have another one here against a really slow paced team?
Not the hugest upside.
No, I mean, if it was like a smaller slate, you can put him in there. But man, there's so many, like you just said, so many games you have to hit with your dudes because if you get a guy Cephalosha, if you get to 18, your lineup's kind of screwed. So
What
you
about
got
the
to hit it
guys
with
up
your
top? I
guys.
mean, Millsap, Howard. You have any interest in these guys? They're not going to
Yeah.
pay off their salary, or
As normal, I don't mind Millsap. How has Dallas been doing the rotation? Noel's been so yeah. Dirk against Paul Millsap. I don't mind that. As we all know, Nowitzki not that good of a defender at all. So I think Millsap can get you around 30, 37 here. 7,400. I really don't mind it. I really like Millsap as a player. He's been up and down, but as I said, that pace of game really scares me a little bit there. Um, so I don't mind him, but like I said, that pace scares me. He might get you 28 tonight. So that's a
yeah,
little about him. So
yeah. I think this game and the Washington. I mean, I don't normally like to skip over Washington or Toronto, but for whatever reason, I got a bad feeling about that game.
all right. And then you got Dwight Howard. Do you like him here? Or I don't
Mm-mm.
think I think he'll probably get
No,
about 20, 28, 20, 29 fantasy points. So
no.
what about Nerlens Noel?
Um, if he's going to get the minutes like he did in that first game, I'm more inclined to play him. But I think he really only gets around 20 to 25 minutes every night here in Dallas.
Yeah.
So don't really want to do it.
Nope. So yeah, this game, not really into it here. Um, So if you had to pick one, for me it'd be Curry. Who would you pick from this one, or would you
Yeah, if I
just?
if I have to, yeah, if you're
Yeah,
putting the gun up to my head, it'd be Curry.
right.
Honestly, really risky GPP, 0.5% on Tim Hardaway. I might have a share.
Yeah, I don't mind him either. So all right, moving on. Yeah, these first couple games, not too good. But hey, this next game should be a good one. Cleveland
Mm-hmm.
and Boston, a 222 total, and Cleveland only by one. Going to be a very good game. Maybe a conference final look here. Boston does not like Cleveland, obviously, for obvious reasons, because
Well,
they
you got
already
the
beat
best
them.
team in the East versus the Cavaliers, so.
Right. So I think obviously Thomas, I have to have him in there. This game should be close in that fourth quarter, and we all know what Thomas can do. And then when we saw, when he went to Portland, he sucked really bad. And then that fourth quarter, he scored like 25 points. So Thomas, really good fourth quarter finisher, as we all know, one of the best in the game. So for
Mm-hmm.
me, I love Thomas. Do you like Kyrie Irving here, or yeah?
I don't mind Irving, but I'd like it better if like LeBron was going to be out. But I mean, obviously, that's just not going to happen for this game.
For me, I really don't mind pairing Thomas and Irving. Like I
Because you're
said,
not really seeing much defense on either side. Like obviously, Thomas is just a gaping hole on defense, and
mhm.
yeah, I think Irving too doesn't really provide too much resistance. I think Thomas is really going to play up here, so
And Irving
I
as
don't I don't
well.
hate that. I don't hate that.
55 and 43 in his last two games. Obviously, one of those was without LeBron. But like I said, I don't see too many point guards that I really care for here so far.
Hmm.
And if this game's going to be a 222 total with a spread of one, why not have
Yeah,
two of the best
that
point guards
spread
right
is the
here?
biggest part. Like I don't even care what the total's at; it's going to be high. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it could go to overtime. It's going to be one heck of a game. And it's going to be an intense game in Boston. I really do think both of these guys are going to get you at least 40 plus. So I really don't mind going Thomas and Irving.
Yeah.
Because like I said, I don't see any other point guards I really want to spend up for. So you got Bradley, you got Smart. You gonna touch them or no?
No, Bradley's still obviously
Injured. Yeah.
real limited. 59 is, it looks like a decent price for him, but I mean that's just not going to do it for me. I'd be more interested probably going all the way down to Crowder, but even then,
Yeah,
I
Crowder.
don't
I like
know.
Crowder. I really do, actually.
Up against LeBron defense, I mean, LeBron hasn't been really offering too much resistance. This is going to be a real testy game.
Well,
Real,
if you go look here on the season, Cavaliers are the third worst team against small
yeah,
forwards. So, and
yeah.
Crowder going to be out there a lot of minutes. Going to have to go up against LeBron. I think get you around 28, 29 here. I
Feisty
really
guy.
don't
You're
like
gonna
Crowder.
see some emotional Crowder tonight.
I really like Crowder here.
Yeah.
$5,800 in a like we just said, a really good matchup here. Had a down one against Atlanta, but as we said, fast paced, good game here. I really like Crowder. Before that, 36 and 25 against Toronto and Detroit. So, you like LeBron James? Price came down a little bit.
I mean, if you're gonna get him in a spread at 1,
Yeah,
you kind of have to
exactly.
play him.
Yeah, 10-6. I think he's still sitting in a pretty good spot here. Jay Crowder, not a bad defender, but like we said, the spread's only at 1. A lot of tension here on this game. I think LeBron gets you at least 55 here.
I love stacking this game,
Yeah,
obviously.
I'm going to stack this game like crazy. I really like it. And as we just said with this previous games, not much going on. So this is one of the good games out there.
Dude, they dropped his price. I mean, do you want to play Kelly?
Oh, man. Let me see here. They're going to need him here. Yeah, I don't mind him. I really don't.
It looks ugly in the past 3 games, obviously, but I don't. What's been happening to his minutes there?
I don't know. They do that. That Stevens does that with him. He plays him for a good week and a half solid, and then he just sits him. I don't get it. It doesn't make any sense. But Jaylen Brown, I think he could be a half decent play here. 28, 26, and 26 minutes here coming off the bench. 20 and 24 in his last 2. I don't mind Brown coming off the bench. He really excites this team here for and we saw him as well.
I think
I don't
that's
mind Brown.
who's been getting Kelly's minutes, right? So
yeah, he has been. He's been playing 20, 25 plus minutes. I don't mind Brown 3,800, and like I said, don't mind exposure to this game. So I don't mind Brown at all. Power forward. I don't. Channing Frye hasn't really been doing much. Do you like Tristan Thompson? I think he's in a half decent spot here.
Yeah, he's gonna have to be out there.
Al Horford's playing so bad right now. So
yeah. Well, that's the part that really kind of has me scratching my head about why Kelly's minutes have been really getting cut down, because you haven't seen great play from Horford. I mean, maybe Stevens just wants him in there as he kind of his stats don't show his defense that he does provide. So that's probably what's going on. He's just mainly in there for more defense than his offensive production.
Yeah. In the 2 games that Thompson played, 41 and then 22 against. He's been averaging 31 points, fantasy points a game versus Celtics this year. Last couple of games, he's been So I don't mind him. Like I said, I don't mind exposure to this game. I really think this could be a game that he does half decent as normal. Power forward and center for Boston. That's where they struggle, and they get beat up inside. So I don't mind some Thompson.
Do you want to try some Fry or some Korver here?
I think Korver half decent spot. I don't know. Like you said, I don't know how many. I don't see as huge upside. Maybe 23 from the guy, but like you said, on a night like tonight, you can't really have too many of those guys.
Yeah, it's hard to do like a full game stack, and that's really the only way you play one of these guys. Maybe if you're playing like the 8 o'clock slate there, maybe you want to stack a bunch of pieces from this game here. But if you're playing the main, I think you just get you get your LeBron, you get your Thomas, your Irving, maybe some Crowder, and that's about it really.
Yeah, that's like you said, Brown. Like I said, I don't mind Brown. Crowder, James.
Yeah, I like him too.
Irving and Thomas, those are the 4 guys that I'm really going to be looking at here. So, and like I said, maybe some Thompson, but not my favorite option. But maybe if you want some extra exposure to this one. So, all right, moving on. Like I said, that really like that game. Moving on, we got Detroit, New Orleans. So 208 total in New Orleans by 2. So Detroit came, did an overtime game last night, 120 to 113 against Portland. So they might be a little tired. Plus they had to travel to New Orleans. So, and as we all know,
Mardi Gras going on. Oh, no, I'm
Mardi
just
Gras.
kidding. Yeah,
Yeah,
dude, they came in and they started partying immediately.
right. As we all know, Boogie is gone for the night. Had his 18th technical, so he's out. So Drew Holiday, I think he's in play for me. We saw what Lillard did last night against Reggie Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
7,700 price came down a little bit. I don't mind him.
Yeah, I mean, basically, this is the old Pelicans, but there's
Right.
no Tyreek Evans, there's no Langston Galloway, there's
They're
no
gonna
Buddy
need him here.
Hield in the way. So you could pretty much have to play Holiday.
Yeah, I really like him. Like I said, I'm not afraid of Jackson at all. Um, Shooting guard KCP, do you like him? I think he'll be very popular. You already know my feelings about him. What do you think of him?
Played him last night. Played him last night. Probably going to play him tonight.
You don't think he's going to have a back-to-back? Just
I mean, he might, dude, but he gets too many minutes and too many shots. And who's playing shooting guard over there?
right. Each one more. Well, I'm looking at his back-to-backs recently, and he sucked, man. And one of his back-to-backs, he had 5 points, and another
Yeah, you look the
back-to-back, he
12
had
to 13,
11.
23, and then 11.
He doesn't do good on back-to-backs.
So that's real. And then the third and the fourth, 18
Yeah,
and 5.
yeah.
Uh, that's a real stat. The 12th and he was out. So yeah,
I mean,
yeah, that's real. Back
I,
to backs.
yeah.
Avoid KCP.
I mean, like I said, they just had an overtime game last night, so he might be a little.
That definitely is going to have more of an effect on a back to back too. You know.
Yeah, and that's the other thing some people don't notice. Oh, KCP's been hot, but hey, you got to look at those back to backs. Some players really struggle on that. So
Yeah, I was watching the game last night. And I was like, yes, I'm going to get some extra minutes. Harris recovered. Oh,
right. So
yeah.
I mean KCP, he's in a good spot here. I think his ownership will be high because of what he's been doing. I personally probably not going to play him here just because of what we just said about the back to back, plus that overtime, plus traveling to New Orleans. So he might have a little bit of effect. But hey, who knows? Maybe he gets you 25. One guy that's going to be very popular tonight is Marcus Morris. Is he going to get you 60 again tonight?
I mean, that's a career high. So
yeah, that was unreal. Maybe 28, 29. I still don't think he'll do half bad here.
I don't think he does bad, but he's going to be super high owned, obviously. I mean, I don't know. You kind of buried the lead here, but you want to play some Davis?
Oh yeah, for sure. He's definitely on my radar. I love some Davis tonight. One of my top options, actually. Like I said, he's going to have to carry it. No Cousins. He's going to be his old self. And last time, let me go look. Last time he faced Detroit, he straight up annihilated him. So,
yeah. Well, that's kind of where that's why I'm like having my stance on DeRozan because
right.
how many of these guys can you fit in? Pretty much only two. You got LeBron. You got to pay for. You want to pay for Thomas.
Yeah. Last time Davis did face him, he had 55.4. Oh, that's. And and he's been hot too. So I love Davis. Like I said, one of my top options out there.
What's up with Fanduel trying to deceive us all? They haven't. I mean, I'm sure Matt Barnes is still listed on the Kings, and you got Terrence Jones over here still listed on the Pelicans. I mean, what's going on?
I don't know. Yeah, I have no idea. Quick thing, real quick. I just looked up Drew Holiday. He had 44.1 last time he faced the Pistons. So. That's pretty good numbers.
Got to play some Holiday.
Yeah, I really like him. I don't know what they're doing. Maybe they're just slacking. I have no idea. Watch. We don't think he's on the team, but Sahil suit or something's going to have him. He'll go off for 30.
That'd be optimal.
Yeah.
What about Ish Smith? You got to play some Ish Smith or no?
Yeah, I don't know.
Risky.
Yeah.
It pretty much depends on how Reggie plays in the first quarter. If Reggie can get through the first quarter, Ish is done. But last night, Reggie had like 2 turnovers immediately, and Stan Van Gundy just like looked right over at Ish and was like, "Get your ass off the bench."
Right. So maybe you can take a shot, but man, I can't really touch these point guards for Detroit. Like I said, I'm stuck on Irving and Thomas, and then some of these other games, with Sacramento. I think that's the other game you can look at in point guards. But for me, I'm not going Jackson or Smith. If I'm going cheap, I'm going that Sacramento game. It's kind of where I'm going there. So I don't really care for this game. As I said, Holiday, as you just heard, 44 points with no no Cousins, and no Evans, none of those guys. So I think you have to put him in there. Anthony Davis, as I said, I really like him as well. Do you like Drummond here?
Not so much. Last night I liked him, but
We'll see at their projected starting lineup. So they got Drummond and Davis, and then they got Cunningham. Okay, so yeah, I like Davis, and then plus if Davis playing the center, Drummond is kind of screwed. So, so yeah, for me, Davis and Holiday are the two guys I like from this one here.
Davis obviously massively more talented than Drummond.
Oh yeah, by a mile. So all right, I think moving on. I've got a good game coming up. Denver and Milwaukee, a 223 total in Milwaukee by 2.5. Another really good game, high total. So, who you liking here?
Man, I mean, I want to play a bunch of these guys from this game, but it's like, how do you pay up for them?
I already
Obviously.
I don't think you.
Oh.
No, he's someone else. He's not too popular. We used to pick on him. I mean, I'm pulling him up right now, but Brogdon. I like Brogdon tonight.
Yeah, I don't mind him.
27 and 31. Michael Beasley's down. Parker's down. These guys are a mess right now, and Brogdon, and Monroe's been up and down as well. And I really don't mind Brogdon, man. As normal, we don't. Denver defense against point guards is not too good, so I don't mind Brogdon. I really don't. I know he's not popular or anything, but I think he can be a little interesting play here tonight. He won't be popular, I don't think, either. So for me, that's just who I like right away. So
yeah, nice little increase here in the workload. Like you said, with Beasley out, they need somebody to step up. So yeah, I don't hate it.
What about your boy Middleton?
Yeah, he didn't play last game. I think that was like a rest thing.
Yeah, a little bit of fatigue as well.
Yeah.
You like him here against Denver, shooting guard?
I love the spot. I just don't know if he's really going to get the full minutes load. I mean,
I think he should.
But if they're resting him and he's getting fatigue, I mean, what's his real ceiling? You look at the Brooklyn game and you expect the similar spot, and you hope you can get that kind of production. 39 points for 5,100, I would love it.
Well, and the other thing, like you said, he is coming off rest a little bit as well, had an extra couple days, so maybe that's helping him out a little bit as well. So I don't mind Middleton. Like I said, Beasley's out as well, so I don't think he'll be well talked about. But what about Teletovic?
Yeah,
he's gonna have to get extra minutes.
I saw him just kind of hanging out on the bench, and my heart was breaking because we loved playing this guy last year.
We did. He's just not playing anything, but maybe he steps up and gets 23 points. I don't know what their rotation is going to look like with no Beasley.
I don't trust Jason Kidd enough to make a call on the rotation. Just when you think things are going to happen, John Henson starts, and things go down.
Where is that game at? So this is just the projected: Dellavedova, Snell, Middleton, Giannis, and Maker. I think that will change, but like I said, I don't mind Brogdon, maybe some Middleton as well. We got Giannis. I think I really like Giannis here. No Michael Beasley, no Parker. His usage is going to have to be unreal right now. I know he's been up and down, but I really don't mind him. Obviously, LeBron James and Davis are my two options if you want to go that high, but I don't mind pivoting from those guys to go Giannis. I don't think Giannis will be that popular because of how he's been performing, but he had one bad game against Cleveland, but before there, 58, 57, and 48. So I don't mind Giannis. I don't, and like I said, I'm not afraid of Harris or Barton or any of those guys. So I really don't mind some Giannis here. But as I said, for me, he's kind of a GPP play because he won't be popular and he's a little risky. And as I said, Davis and James are your sure cash game plays there.
Well, he's not going to shoot 4 of 13 every night,
No.
He's going to chuck up 20 shots tonight. He's probably going to make about half of them. So
get to the free throw line quite a bit as well. So
yeah, he only got 4 attempts last game. Garbage game.
And you got Gallinari, you got Chandler. I know you like these guys once in a while. Do you like them here?
I like Jokic more, obviously.
Oh yeah, obviously you got to put in Jokic. But
yeah, I don't know. I don't really like playing Gallinari or Chandler in this spot really too much. not with Giannis out there on the court.
Yeah.
I think Gallinari is, a decent defender. He might be able to. I don't know, there's no matchup for
No, you
Giannis
can't
really that
stop
I
Giannis, really.
just don't.
Somehow Cleveland did stop him, which is unreal. But usually you can't stop Giannis. So
Like I said, I think Giannis can he's the only one who can stop himself. If he's not shooting right, he's just not feeling it, whatever it is. I don't know. The other night when, he was playing LeBron, he was like 40% owned. A lot of people were really, really, really high on Giannis.
yeah.
I think the spot was right. I don't think that Giannis is a bad play ever, really.
Unfortunately, he had a bad night. It happens once in a while with the
Yeah,
stars.
it's just a bad couple nights.
Yep. So then we got Jokic, as you said, and I like him as well. Finally had rebounded with a 53 last night against Chicago. And last time he did face the Bucks, he had 52.1, had that first triple double. Triple double of his career. No Parker, no Beasley. I don't think anyone can really guard Jokic here. So I think I'm going to go back to him here. 9,800 price went down a little bit. I think he's in a pretty good spot to get you 45 plus easy here.
Yeah. It's going to really hurt if you don't have Jokic on your lineup, I think.
I really like some Jokic, one of my top options as well. And then you got I can't really mess with these centers. They got too many of them on either side. I tried Monroe the other night. He did have.
I liked the play, honestly, but it's just.
He started out hot. He had like 8 points, 2 rebounds, and 3 assists in like 8 minutes. He was just killing it, and then.
But the report was Henson was going to come off the bench, and then it turned into he was starting over Maker, and then Maker still gets minutes, and it's a jumble over there, man.
Yeah, so I don't want to mess with that too much. So, what about Nelson? You like some Jameer Nelson?
I think I liked him a lot more last week, but I think I'm still on his bandwagon in the mid-range there. Not as excited to play him here, but I think he's a solid option, honestly. For cash.
So for me, I like I said, I don't mind Brogdon. Giannis still have a decent spot. And then maybe some Middleton, maybe a couple shares of him. Jokic for sure. So really don't mind targeting that one at all either. Pretty high total and a pretty good close spread. So, all right, moving on to not as good of a game. Indiana and San Antonio, a 208 total, and San Antonio by 10. So who you liking here?
Kawhi Leonard is only $8,900. That's all I have to say about this game, really. I mean, there's not much else.
Oh, man. Do you want to pay for him here? Or you think he's going to get you that 45?
Against a sloppy team like Indiana, possibly.
Last time we faced him on the 13th, he had 49.7. So
there you go.
Yeah, I don't mind him. Indiana, I think they did beat Houston the other night, right? Or did Houston beat them?
I don't even remember.
I really don't mind some Kawhi Leonard. Paul George, don't like you at all.
Don't like George, no.
Tony Parker might be out. Do you like Patty Mills or not really need to go that way?
I don't think I want to go that way, but I think a lot of people will, honestly.
I'm not going that way either.
People go Mills, though. They just do it.
Right. Do you like Jeff Teague?
Not so much against the Spurs, no.
I don't like this game.
No. Kawhi, that's about it.
Oh, my goodness.
It's one of those kind of skip over games. I hate to say it about, the Spurs, but they're still in that status where you don't really want to test too many players from this game.
Yeah, pretty good team, but overall fantasy wise, they're
Well, they spread their minutes around too much on the Spurs side, and then they really limit everyone else's upside on their opponents. So,
what about Mr. I know maybe it's not. I don't think he'll be popular, but Miles Turner. Last time he did face him, he had 32.7, had 22 real points. Pau Gasol's back, not that good a defender. You think maybe Miles Turner get you 35 here?
You could probably punk Gasol on the boards. Obviously,
Turner probably like 4 or 5% owned too.
Yeah,
I really don't mind him.
If you want to test it, you can go there. I just think Spurs at home. Ugh.
Mm-hmm. I mean, but we've came into it so far we haven't really found a good center yet. So I'm trying to find. I mean, we've got Whiteside and everything. You got Kyle Quinn, but
Yeah, dude. I mean, there you go. You said it right there. Just stick with O'Quinn.
yeah,
I mean, I wanna play Whiteside more, but I mean, it's
right.
hard to. You got to find like a mid-range guy other than this cash option that's super chalk.
So for me, I don't mind Turner. I really don't. Like I said, a little bit of a risk, but 33, 34. I really don't mind that against the Pau Gasol. Not afraid of that defense. Sorry, Gasol's defense. So I don't mind it. Not looking for that huge upside, but in a tournament, probably like 2 or 3% owned. So I don't mind it. But as I said, not too many good centers I really see here tonight. So maybe punt with him. Um, but for the most part, I really don't care for this game. Like I said, Kawhi Leonard maybe, and for me, maybe some Miles Turner, but not too high on this one here at all. So, all right, I think that mostly does that one. That one was lame.
Mm-hmm.
Another lame game. I mean, it's a good matchup, but fantasy wise, not too good. Minnesota and Utah, 201 total, and Utah by 6. Um, so, yeah, who are you liking in this one here? Utah back to back. Unfortunately, did lose against OKC last night. Played a pretty good game against them, but unfortunately, they did lose. So, who you like in this matchup?
Gorgie Dang. This seems like a type of matchup where they're going to need him.
I hate Dang.
Big bodies down there, but
Mm.
man, he just hasn't done it lately.
And same thing. Every time we pick him, it's not too good. He always just decides to. I don't know. Every time I pick him, he doesn't do anything. I don't know why. If you go look at George Hill here, 2 times he faced Minnesota, 37 and 36 fantasy points. Been averaging 37 fantasy points per game against Minnesota. $6,000. What do you think of that one?
Yeah, he's kind of been on my radar the past couple nights. I didn't pull the trigger last night or the other night. I don't know. Just I should have played him, but 6K.
32,
It's worth it.
33 in his last 2, man.
I don't know. I don't want to go up to Holiday more than playing Hill. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, for sure, if you can get Holiday, for sure. But if you have to fall off him, I don't mind Hill. There's a couple other guys that are coming up in these other games that I don't mind either. But yeah, I don't mind Hill. I mean, like I said, look at the numbers: 37 fantasy points per game for only 6,000. That's more than you can ask for. 21 real points a game. I don't mind Hill. I really don't.
Yeah, none of these Minnesota guys scare me on the defensive side. So,
one guy that I've been looking at a little bit, if you're, like I said, want to punt that position, $4,100. Slowly, his minutes have been going up just a little bit, coming back from that injury. Is Rodney Hood. Haven't been putting up the huge numbers, but last night he played 30 minutes against OKC. He had 23.2 points, 21 and 23 in his last 2, 4,100. Maybe get you 25 tonight. I'm not too afraid of Rush's defense. Like I said, he won't be popular, but if you want to get some of these big guys in there, might have to put in Hood. I really don't mind him. Like I said, if he's going to get his minutes back, so you might not be on him, but for me, I don't mind Hood.
my thing about Hood is I never really hate him. It's just the nights that I play him, he screws me. So
I think this is a good night for him, though.
If you like him, then I'm playing him.
Yeah, I do. I mean, I'm not afraid of Rush's defense at all. So, like I said, he's not going to get you anything crazy, but as I just said, his minutes have been going up a little bit as well. Maybe get you 33 minutes tonight and 24, 25 fantasy points, which, all you could ask for a guy that's only $4,100. So, definitely been watching him a little bit. You got Hayward, you got Wiggins. They kind of cancel each other out, I think.
Yeah. I think Hayward is a good enough defender here to give Wiggins some problems.
Or who knows? Maybe both of them just go off and we don't have them.
Everyone's gonna be on LeBron.
Let me go. I just want to go see here how they're Hayward and Wiggins have done against each other here. Real quick.
They're gonna be low owned, man.
Yeah, they won't be well owned at all. Last time he had, Hayward only been averaging 29 points a game. Well, that's obvious. And then Wiggins probably 30, 32 here. Wiggins 22 points a game. So both of those guys cancel each other out for sure. Mm-hmm. You talked about Gorgie Dang. You don't mind him. Oh man, he's just so up and down though.
Yeah. Don't Don't play him in cash probably, but
Right.
take a shot with him.
Do you like favors, or are you gonna stay away?
Um,
I don't think you need
I,
them.
I want him to be better, but
Right. He just, he was so good last year, and unfortunately, that injury really hurt him this year. So, you got Towns, you got Rudy Gobert, two big men there. What do you think here? Rudy Gobert has been averaging 40 points a game against them. Not bad. 41 and 38 for only 7,900. Another guy that won't be popular.
yeah, I mean, he's not really mid-range. He's kind of like upper mid-range. But yeah, if you need to fall off Whiteside, I don't mind him as a cash option. I think mainly, but
Yeah.
I wouldn't really try it in GPP.
No, for sure. I mean, if you had the extra money, I say just go Whiteside for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing, Rudy, he won't be popular. Never is. So, and then I'm not. Do you like Towns?
Not
Not
tonight,
really a
no.
spot for him. So,
No, not the spot.
so for me, I really don't mind some George Hill, as we said, with the history against Minnesota does really well. Maybe some Hood, maybe in a punt play, but that's really it from this one. I don't want too much from this one here.
You didn't say him, but obviously because of Hill, I don't really like Rubio, so
Right.
yeah.
All right, 2 games left. We have Houston and the Clippers at 232 total, and Clippers only by 1. I'm kind of surprised about that. I thought Houston, obviously because it's home court, but I think Houston probably about 4 or 5 here. But hey, Clippers, they're healthy again, so they're a pretty good team. So
Suddenly, this matchup got a lot more interesting
it did.
after
It should
last
be a
night.
really good game. It should.
Well, after last night, it's like, what is this? The West Finals matchup?
Mm-hmm. Chris Paul, I like him here. I really do. You got
Yeah,
Griffin, you got
definitely.
Jordan back. Picked him against Charlotte the other night, and he just went off. I really love Paul. I really do.
I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind having him on the game that turns him into the 10 plus K player that he is
for sure. I think he'll get around 50 again here. Beverly, not a bad defender, but it don't really matter with Paul. But as we said, there's not many good point guards out here. You got Thomas, Irving, and Paul. I don't know if you can do it, but Paul and Thomas, that'd be amazing. But then you can't really get in James or anything.
Yeah, shout out to Fanduel for making it really tough today.
Yeah, there's not too many cheap guys out there that are gonna put up big numbers here. Shooting guard, you got Harden, you got Lou Williams. Who you like in here? Plus, you got Redick and Crawford. You got a lot of really good options.
Yeah. Obviously, Lou Williams is going to be like my favorite guy off the bench here to play off the chalk top options here. I think Harden, obviously, I don't really want to touch him lately. He just kind of has had really limited upside.
Last game he did half decent, but I don't know, man. He against the Clippers, I think he's gonna have to step up. I really do.
He really has to, but Paul, I mean, he's gonna have Paul on him, right?
Yeah, he'll probably have Paul because Paul can really play wherever he wants. Let me go see here how Harden has done this year. Kind of want like a career history on how Harden's done against the Clippers. I don't know if you can find that. Oh wow, yeah. Last time we faced the Clippers, he had 66 points. So
there you go.
But that was last year. That was on 12/30. But
the crappy thing is though, dude, is it's in his price. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
That's 5x. That's exactly 5x right here. I don't know if you realize it, but I mean, literally, if you do the math, 5x right there.
Right, but the other thing is, I mean, let's just say maybe James or one of those guys doesn't do too good. You got a late night hammer with James Harden.
Yeah, and if this game goes to OT,
I don't mind Harden. I really don't. Like I said, I'm going to have a lot of James and stuff, but I'm obviously going to have a little bit of Harden in there just because it's Harden. With the history, I know he's really expensive, but usually with these late games, some of these guys aren't well owned. I still think Harden will be relatively owned because it's Harden, but I think mostly everyone's going to be going to LeBron James quite a bit there and quite a bit of Anthony Davis. But I don't mind Harden. Like I said, I can see about 70 from him in this one. But, like I said, that's kind of right around his range. But still, I think in a good spot. And then you got Redick, you got Crawford. Who you like there?
Night to night, I think I want to play Crawford a little bit more. But I I think Reddick's going to have to go out there and start with the threes early. So I think I like Reddick here more tonight.
Yeah, the other night I picked Reddick over Crawford against Charlotte, and a lot of people picked Crawford, and obviously, yeah, hint, hint.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but the only bad thing here, last time he did face him, he only had 9 points. I don't know what happened in that game. 25 minutes, 8 points. Yeah. So maybe Reddick, and Crawford, they're just really too cheap here, but in a really good fast-paced matchup here. Um, and then small forward, you got Ariza. Maybe take a shot with him. I don't know. Do you like him here or don't really need him?
I think basically how I'm going to work it is I'm just going to make a stack on this late slate, and
Right.
then I might have Ariza in there, and I'll probably still put it on the main slate also.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
I think Ariza might make it into some of my lineups today. Yes.
Yeah, I think he's gonna have a decent spot. Not one of those guys. He's not the craziest guy out there, but plays about 35 plus minutes. He's been up and down. Last time, like I said, a long time ago, but last time he did face the Clippers, he had 36 points. So that's always good. But if you look at his last 5, he's been straight up terrible. 14, 23, 12. So yeah, he's definitely a GPP option there. And then another guy, man, I love Blake Griffin. Ryan Anderson's not going to stop this dude.
Oh, he's
Griffin, I
not?
think, yeah, he might. I think Griffin has a 60-point upside tonight. I do.
Yeah,
Um,
definitely.
man, there's just so like you said, Fanduel kind of messed you over, man. There's too many good
Everybody who you
guys.
want to play is 10K tonight.
Yep, and not enough really cheap options here. I love Griffin. I really do.
Yeah, I don't. I just,
How can you get him in there though?
man, they're really getting off on putting everyone up at 10K.
Yep. And obviously with Paul back, Griffin Griffin playing huge minutes, almost 40 minutes a game. His usage is unreal, getting over 20 shots a game. You got to put him in there, man. I really.
So you gonna have like 10 lineups tonight?
Yeah, what I'm probably gonna do is lock in my 3 or 4 guys and then mess around and see what fits in there, but that's probably what I'm going to do. Probably have three stars from this game here, and then a couple from that Cleveland game as well. Just mix around your stars and see what happens. I don't think you can just have one lineup tonight. There's just no way.
No.
And then DeAndre Jordan. I think he's in a half decent matchup as well. Obviously, when Paul's back, Jordan, really pays dividends. 7,700. Another one of those guys. For me. I maybe you're different, but I like Jordan over Whiteside. I do. I know that's weird to say that, but
for the savings, I don't mind it. But I love Whiteside's upside.
Yeah, for me, I like Jordan here. I do like Whiteside, but oh man, I think Jordan's such a very good spot. Like I said, this game could have overtime.
He could totally hit 20-20. He can do it.
Oh yeah, there's going to be so many shots put up in this one. He's going to have so many rebounds. Plus, they're going to feed him inside. Capella and Anderson can't really stop him. So I don't mind Jordan. Another one of those guys that won't be very popular. 38 last time I faced him a long time ago. So I don't mind Jordan. I don't think he'll be that popular at all. He had a good game, but I don't think he'll be very, very popular. Even when he had that good game, he was only like 15% out. So in the late slate, probably in the normal, he was only like 8 or 9. So
yeah.
So yeah, I love Paul. What about? Well, I guess never mind. You can't go there. So you got Paul. You got maybe Harden, Lou Williams. Just one of those games. Just pick as many as you can that can put in your lineup. That's kind of how it goes here.
Isn't Beverly going to have increased run here too? Like he's going to have increased production.
Yeah. Do you like him here?
It's not my favorite guy, but just everybody gets a bump in this game is what I'm saying.
Yeah, even if he doesn't have a good matchup, still get you 25 points. We saw with Kemba Walker, really bad matchup against Paul, but still had 30-plus points. I don't mind Beverly. I don't, as you see, 26, 4, 38, 20. He's been up and down, but, like you said, everyone's going to get a bump in this one. So, yeah, I definitely don't mind giving Beverly a shot. Another one of those guys that's not going to be popular at all. So, I definitely don't mind him. Plus, as we said, not too many cheap guys out there that we like. And he had 29.9 last time. So, yeah, I really don't mind Beverly. Um, so, yeah, like I said, pick whoever you can really can in this one. I love this one.
Mm-hmm.
All right, moving on. We got your. Yeah, this is going to be a really sloppy game. We have Brooklyn and Sacramento. 215 total in Sacramento by 2.
Yay.
So either Brooklyn's going to blow out Sacramento, Sacramento's going to blow out Brooklyn, or this is just going to be a really big sloppy mess. Um, so yeah, it's a terrible game, but it's good for fantasy wise because there's a lot of cheap options, and as you guys keep hearing us, there's not enough cheap guys out there. So this is going to be the game you're going to want all your cheap dudes from.
This is where you get them.
Yep, this is where you get them. So right away, Darren Carlson. As we said, there are not too many guys that we really like throughout the for mid-range point guards, but really don't mind some Collison here. What do you think of him?
Yeah, I don't mind him. I think out of everybody, though, my favorite tonight might be Buddy Hield.
Ooh, I like Ty Lawson.
Ooh, yeah, I don't mind him, but man, I don't know if he's going to be getting too many minutes.
Well, if he's starting, I'm going Lawson.
Well, he hasn't been though.
Well, he did last game, and he did pretty good. They've been switching up. You know, they started Evans, and then they didn't play Lawson. They've been switching it up. But I think if we're not going to know obviously for the main slate, but man, if Lawson starts, man,
if you get news that he starts, play him. But
oh yeah, for sure.
I just don't think he will tonight. I mean, it's been flip flop, and I don't know. Maybe he was just too small to match up against Kemba and Batum. Let's see.
Well, if you look at
Dinwiddie and Lynn, that's not really too scary.
Yeah. If you look at his last 3, started against Denver 31 minutes, bench against Charlotte 23, started against Minnesota 35. So this might be his.
Well, that's what I'm thinking is maybe it's just a size thing. So like you look at the guards that he's going to face tonight, and neither of them are really that big.
Minnesota don't really have Rubio and Rush aren't that big.
No, but Kemba and Batum are 2 larger guys. So.
Yep, and need Evans out there. I think he's like a 6'5" guard. So
yeah, Lawson.
Yeah, I like him, dude. I really do. This is the guy I was saying the whole time that this is the point guard I really like. So, like I said, if he doesn't start, you're kind of screwed. But as you said, with those matchups, they might start him here. I like him. I really do. It's just one of those. Hopefully, he starts kind of things. You got Buddy Hield, like you said, you like him. Evans, McLemore. Out of the 3, you like Hield?
Yep, I know it sounds crazy, but the kid's the one that they want to be playing off his tail.
Yep.
Evans, honestly, I don't know if he's going to be here much longer than this year. Hield is the guy who they made the trade for.
Yep. What about Mr. Another one of those guys, but he's in a good spot. Sean Kilpatrick, up and down player, had a really good game against Golden State the other night. 3,800. LeVert, he has a game time decision with illness. You like Kilpatrick here? He's only $3,800.
They have all these shooting guards out there, but who's going to stop him?
Yeah, for sure. So what you like Kilpatrick or?
I don't mind him.
3,800. I mean, shoot, if you get you 23, 24, I mean,
it's worth a shot. I think he honestly can get 30 tonight.
Yeah, I do like him, and like I said, with that LeVert news, that definitely helps him out a little bit. And then small forward, you got. I like him. I don't know if you like him or not. Rondé Hollis-Jefferson.
Yeah.
Stepping up his game these last couple.
Texted you the other day when I was, I couldn't even get the lineup in because I was at the Kings game and the service was bad, but I had RHJ and he went for 30. So, I mean, tonight I think another similar situation. Who's going to stop him?
No.
He might see some Willie in his face, but or scowl possibly, but it's not even really going to be that scary.
Nope, and Jefferson playing big minutes too. Didn't play too many minutes against Golden State, but 27 and 30 fantasy points, I'll take it. $4,800. Yeah, he's sitting in a very good spot here. Power forward, as you just mentioned, Willie Cauley-Stein, probably one of the top options. One of the few guys I think will be very popular from this game. Still way too cheap going to get up against a Brooklyn team that's won 9 games all year. So I think Willie Cauley can get you at least 25-30 easy.
Yeah, definitely. It's in his wheelhouse. People are going to be scared of, the one game that he had there, obviously, where it was really scary. He got 11.9 against Charlotte. But just Frank Kaminsky was just totally outmatched him.
Mhm.
He's young as he is, and he's taller than he is, and it's it was a bad matchup for him. I think if you even go back to college, Kaminsky got the better of Willie and Cat back in the day. So,
But I think this game here, I think he should easily hit his value for sure here. And then one of those guys that he's an up and down kind of guy, Trevor Booker. What do you think of
mm-hmm.
him? He's
Well, this is the fast-paced matchup that he likes to do well in.
yeah,
So,
and we saw what he did against Golden State the other night. So
yeah, I think he's definitely in play here. I might like him more than Willie, honestly.
yeah, 27, 28, 24. Well,
For cash, I like him, but for GPP, I like Willie's upside more.
well, for me, I was thinking Cauley Stein for cash because he would be so popular, and then Booker in a GPP because he can get you 33, 34 at probably about 6% on maybe.
I know the percentage wise, it's definitely like you're saying there that Colley's going to be the chalkier option. But I mean,
You don't think he'll be popular?
No, that's what I just said. He's going to be the chalkier
Oh.
option. Yeah, no, he's definitely going to be the chalkier option. But for me, I don't know. I'm different in cash, I guess. I like to try to make pivots in cash off of the absolute overwhelming chalk. So I think I would rather play Booker there.
Yeah, but either way, both of these guys are definitely in play for us here. This depends on what you're playing, cash or GPP. And then I saw the other day you picked a Scal Labissiere. You on him again, or was that just to try it out?
Well, I mean, he had two really good games for his price. I'm
Nobody even
still going to
knows
go
who he
back
is,
there.
probably. Yeah, no one knows who
I'm
he is.
I'm going to go back there.
Yeah, what is he, 7'1", a huge guy, very athletic as well.
Kid plays with energy, man. The crowd, like literally, like I was at the Charlotte game and I was watching, the past few games since the trade, obviously, and when he comes on the court, the team is better. He's had like a plus like 12 plus minus the past few games. Obviously against Carl Anthony, he's going to have a tougher time, but Brook Lopez plays out on the wing, so
Yep.
nobody
Plus,
really scares me on
yeah.
Brooklyn.
And I think he's going to get a little bit extra minutes here. The best thing, they got so many bigs that are sharing minutes. But man, same thing as Willie Cauley in the beginning of the year. If they give some, if they get Scal some minutes, man, I think he can get you easy 25, 30 for sure.
But if you see it where Booker might maybe give Cauley Stein a little bit of a tougher time, they might
then
have
they're
to
going to bring
come
him.
in to go to Scal. Scal just cleans up the boards, man. 13 boards against Charlotte. He came in there and he was the enforcer. Had to back Kaminsky off a little bit there.
And Brooklyn can't rebound, so
Nope.
there you go. You got Brook Lopez. Do you like him tonight? I don't think he'll be that popular. Maybe pivot off Jordan, pivot off Whiteside. He's been up and down though. He had a really bad game against Golden State. Obviously, there's no Cousins here going up against Kufis. Do you think maybe Lopez gets you 35 here?
Yeah. So I mentioned, Lopez kind of plays out on the wing. He doesn't really go inside a whole lot.
Kufis ain't gonna, not too
And
versatile.
No, Kufis can't go out there and guard him out there like that.
Lopez
so I think Lopez has a good spot.
Lopez has been bad though, 22 and 21 in his last two. But
this is the kind of game though for him, right? So
yep, and I don't think he'll be popular. Another one of those guys. But you know how we feel about Brook Lopez. He's one of those guys that we kind of despise.
He's like Drummond for me normally. Yeah.
Yep. Long time ago, last time we faced, he got 26 points. That was with Boogie, obviously. So, so yeah, I don't mind Collison. His if you look at him though, he's been terrible. We didn't talk about Jeremy Lin. What about him? You like him or just stay off him?
Yeah. Man, I don't think I really want to test it tonight. There's just you look at the opportunity cost and you look at the point guards that you want to put in.
Terrible. Never mind. Holy cow! I didn't know he's been that bad.
Yeah.
Shouldn't even. Yeah, I thought he was doing a little bit better than that. So never mind. So for me,
he hasn't quite come back yet. I mean, he's back, but he's not.
Yeah.
Nope.
So I think Ty Lawson for me, I really like him. You like Buddy Hill, definitely don't mind that. Sean Kilpatrick, a very good spot here. One guy that we didn't mention much, and he's Randy Foye. Been getting the start quite a bit, playing big minutes. Maybe no Levert. Do you like Randy Foye, or is that just maybe too much to ask for?
$3,500 guy at this game. I feel better about Scal,
Yeah,
but
he hasn't. No, he hasn't been doing much either. I thought he's been doing better than that. Huh.
you
Never
know,
mind. Oof, sorry
well,
about that.
it's hard because when we watch games, you watch a game and you see a guy come in the first quarter, you're like, man, he's doing really well. You
Right.
think, oh man, he's got to have good points.
Yep, that's it.
Nah, it was like
So-
Dante Cunningham, bro. I mean, he comes in, he does like 6
Or like
minutes of
Amir
work,
Johnson,
and he
you know?
doesn't do anything.
Yeah, Amir Johnson, same thing. Gets 9 points in the first 2 minutes, and that's it. So,
Yep.
So yeah, Buddy Hill, Sean Kilpatrick for sure. Don't mind some Rondé Hollis Jefferson, Willie Cauley-Stein, Booker, maybe some Scal, and Lopez. So yeah, if you looking for your value, this is definitely where you're gonna go. So
Right.
So yeah, overall, pretty good night. I think like I said that the cash line is gonna be very very high tonight. So you better make sure you hit on almost every single one of your guys. So I see about a 320, 325 cash line tonight. So unfortunately, but that's kind of what it's looking at. All right, I think that does it. I guess we can just build one lineup together here. So if not, we can try and get as close as possible to finish one because it's going to be a little hard to finish one here with all these.
I think we could sit here and debate for an hour to build one lineup.
Yeah, we could easily. All right, so who you want here? You got Paul, you got Thomas, you got Irving. Out of those three, who you want?
I think we can both agree on Thomas. So.
Yep, we're gonna go Thomas. All right, then we're gonna go a little bit lower here. I know you really like Holiday, so we got Holiday. We have George Hill, maybe Peyton, Tyler Johnson, Ty Lawson. Who you like there?
I think you want to make this a cash build or like a GPP or just kind of just any kind of lineup.
Yeah, I don't really. I guess just go with the flow. It don't really matter.
I kind of want to put in the Elf man, but
I
we
don't
could go all the way down to Brogdon or Lawson even.
It don't matter.
Let's go Lawson.
All right, let's just go Lawson. Don't matter. Hopefully, he likes it. Hopefully, he gets to start here.
Yeah.
All right, shooting guard. Who we like in here? We got Harden, Giannis, DeRozan, Lou Williams, Dion, Curry. I think you can kind of go mid-range here.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to throw in Harden, but I just don't know if I really want to do it for this lineup that we're going for.
Who are two mid-range guys that are going to get you 28, 29?
I kind of like Williams over Curry. I don't know about you.
I like Williams and Curry. Yeah, I really do.
If you want to go both of them, I don't mind that. Shooting guard not too hot, really.
You got Buddy Hield. You got Sean Kilpatrick.
Kilpatrick all the way down there too, yeah.
Well, if I go Kilpatrick, I'm not going to go Lou Williams.
Right.
Don't really trust that combo.
If you're going to go Kilpatrick, you kind of got to go Harden, I think. So I say, I mean, if you want to, I'm down. Let's go Williams and Curry.
All right. Just for this one here. As normal, this is just a rough draft. All right, small forward. $6,600.
I mean, yeah, just got to put in LeBron.
All right, so you got Crowder, Middleton, Jefferson, Terrence. I think you got to put in Terrence Ross, man. I don't know.
Yeah, definitely. Let's get that savings in there. I like that.
Gonna get you at least 30. So.
Yeah, I mean, we have to save some money here somewhere.
Oh, Anthony Davis, I want you. Jokic, I want you. Griffin,
dude, they're all looking like good plays. Yeah, let's go play on fantasy draft where we can just throw all these guys in.
All right, so you got Willie Cauley, you got Booker. That's really the only guys you got there.
You just go Willie because he's the most popular guy.
Oh, you got Rashawn Holmes.
Ooh. Could throw him in there.
The guy that could get you just as many points as Willie Cauley can.
Yeah, definitely.
Right,
he's cheaper.
Yeah, and then who you want to put in there, power forward? I don't think you can get Davis in there.
I don't think you can, so I might just go down to Jokic, but I would like Griffin.
Okay, let's see. Can you get Kyle Quinn? Nope. Dang. $3,900 if you go Jokic. Holy cow.
Okay, let's see where we're gonna change up here.
I'm thinking like
Do you want to try to go in a little bit cheaper at shooting guard? I mean,
yeah, I was gonna say Lou Williams and Kilpatrick, or you can go. Do you like Harris here? Gary Harris against Milwaukee?
yeah, we didn't really mention him, and I felt stupid.
All right, so who do you can pick your shooting guards who you want there.
I say let's just get Kilpatrick in there.
Yeah, Gary Harris, the #1 rated on the model. So who you want? Kilpatrick and who?
You want to put some Harris in there?
Yeah, why not? Let's just do that here. All right, what does that leave us with here? 7,100 for a center. I guess you could go Griffin. Well, if you go Davis, can you get Kyle? I don't think you can get Kyle Quinn. Can you do that?
My Fanduel is just going so slow right now.
I don't think you can.
KOQ, there you are.
I guess you can. And you still got 600 left over. So you can definitely go different ways there. So if you wanna upgrade from Holmes, you can go to Willie Cauley, but I really like Holmes. The only area maybe is that shooting guard, and maybe get the extra little money and go Mr. Lou Williams there, which I think you can do that. I don't mind Harris, but Lou Williams probably has the more upside. If you don't want to go Thomas, Chris Paul, definitely there for you. Really like some Ty Lawson, but Peyton's sitting there as well. Tyler Johnson's sitting there, so some pretty good options there. Malcolm Brogdon as well, maybe. So, but I really, for me, I really want to get in some Chris Paul as well.
Yeah.
Then that shooting guard, as you see here, we didn't get in anyone from that from the Clippers or Houston there. And at the end, I think you have to get at least one or two of them in there.
Right. That's very, very true.
So, yep.
Still definitely some room to play around.
Yep, for sure. We still got 6 hours until lock. So, and definitely watch out for the injury news. Usually on 11-game slate, some news comes out as well. So, for the most part, we've been relatively quiet throughout the day, but a lot of stuff can happen. So. So I think that mostly does it, guys. As normal, if you guys are interested in premium lineups, you get 2 from me and 2 from Anthony. It's only $35 per month. It's about 10-15 minutes before game time that we will give this to you for the main slate. So if you guys are interested, you're struggling a little bit, you need some help, definitely let us know. We will have our email in the comment section. All you have to do is message us. We'll get you all set up on the premium lineup. So I think that mostly does it. Hope everyone has a pretty good day today. Got anything else?
No, that should pretty much wrap it up.
Alrighty, guys. Like I said, hope everyone has a good Wednesday, and we'll see you guys all on Thursday.